4 terrorist attacks in Britain, inspired by so-called Islamic State, in the space of 6 months. Most of the attackers were already known to MI5, the security service. Today, its Director General addressed journalists on the extent of the current threat.
We've seen a dramatic upshift in threat this year. It's at the highest tempo I've seen in my 34-year career.
I asked him why MI5 was unable to stop those attacks by known extremists.
The likelihood is that sometimes attacks can happen. We've seen that. I've also said the likelihood is that when an attack happens, it may be done by somebody that we know or have known at some point in the past. Were that not so, it would mean that we were looking completely in the wrong place.
When 3 men attacked people with a van and knives in Southwark in June, it turned out their ringleader was this man, Khurram Butt, a well-known extremist already on MI5's radar.
What's the point of surveillance if someone is free to do that?
One of the main challenges we've got is that we only ever have fragments of information, and we have to try to assemble a picture of what might happen based on those fragments. Sometimes I've talked about today pinpricks of light in an otherwise dark canvas. We have to make professional judgments about where to commit resource based on the best knowledge we've got each day against that whole range of extremists.
MI5's list of 3,000 extremists includes returnees, jihadists coming back from the conflict zone. I asked Andrew Parker if he knew where they are now and what they're doing.
So of that, over 800 people who have gone to Syria and Iraq, a proportion of them are back in the UK from several years ago, having given up on the fighting and come back for different reasons.
And you're monitoring them?
And they are part of that 3,000 number I spoke about, where they're sifted and assessed on an individual basis for risk, and we apply intelligence coverage and police coverage accordingly.
MI5 says its Director General cannot be 100% perfect. A total of 5 terrorist attacks have got through this year, against 20 stopped over 4 years. The UK, he says, will face down this challenging threat. Frank Gardner, BBC News.